Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me tonight. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate it. Today we're going to be checking out another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next up is an accessory to simplify life for lovers of camping.
Hello, I am Heidi Santiago, and this is my brilliant husband.
I'm Corey Santiago, and we're here from Spokane, Washington.
We are seeking $100,000 for a 20% stake in our business, bare minimum.
We've created the next evolution in camping cookware, and we are changing the way you eat outdoors.
Now, back in the olden days, travelers would pack their covered wagons with pots and pans, but they took up so much space and weighed a ton. Then came the invention of the nesting pot, but they were still so bulky. Today, we have the Bear Bowl, the cook pot that folds flat.
The Bear Bowl is a super small, lightweight, collapsible cook pot, and with just 4 folds and 2 snaps, it's so simple to put together, you can even do it during a bear attack. Mostly.
Mostly.
It's so cute. The Bear Bowl is made out of food-grade, flame-resistant material, and it comes in 3 sizes.
That's pretty cool.
Because it opens flat, it is the easiest to clean. So we are looking for a shark or sharks who aren't afraid of bears. We have some samples for you.
That was very good.
Now the bear's gonna wipe out because he can't see.
Thank you. We also have a campground favorite that's been warmed up on a Bear Bowl, hot chocolate.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Bear. What?
That's a cool invention.
Cooked in the bear pot.
Correct.
Bear Bowl.
Bear bowl.
What is the material? What's
It's
this?
a PTFE coated fiberglass.
So have you protected this with some kind of utility patent?
We have a utility
I hope
patent.
so.
Granted?
Not granted yet.
Have you been knocked off yet?
No.
Are
Have you been to market yet?
We did a Kickstarter. We started with a $1,000 goal, and we reached $40,000 at the end of the campaign.
I'm so excited I figured it out. It's really a puzzle.
So this is a metal bottom.
Correct.
So that's where the heat's gonna hit. What's the highest temperature this will get to before
I
it
love the
melts?
question
We're
she
rating
asked.
it at like 550. The entire body can take flame, but just not a lot of direct flame.
It will not melt.
No. Campers, of course, love it. But, you know, we have this whole wide
Campers love
market.
to buy stuff.
of-
You know, like when
Yes,
you're going to
they
one of those
do.
camping stores.
They do.
Like
Yeah.
the
They
only
buy
reason I think
everything
people
new.
go camping is to buy
For the
stuff.
cool gear.
What's your background?
I've worked in manufacturing most of my career. I came to a crossroads where I was out of a job. My wife was just finishing up a tour for a
National
Broadway.
Broadway tour.
What show?
Ragtime, the Broadway
Ragtime?
musical.
Looks like a performer.
Very good. And I
That's
give
what
voice
that comes
lessons.
from.
So you are in
so I
theater.
grew up in the country. When I graduated, I married my husband, who had 3 children, and then we had 2 children together.
You have 5 kids?
Yeah.
Wow.
Where are you guys at with it? Like, how much did you invest?
Everything's
We've
in.
earned about just under $90,000 with the Kickstarter and everything else, and mostly crowdfunding.
And a bunch of sweat equity,
But what's the number? What's
hours
the number?
and hours.
Not a lot of capital.
That's okay. No,
Yeah,
it's
Don't
no,
okay.
have,
it
I'm
was-
working 5 jobs.
I'm fascinated with Wonder Woman here. You are working 5
Really?
part-time
She's calling
jobs.
me Wonder Woman.
What
There you
are
go.
those jobs?
I teach English to Chinese children online. I give voice lessons.
Why is this so emotional?
I promise you that was gonna be my question. Why she getting emotional?
Share.
It just kind of
We
happened that
both were unemployed at the
we
same
were
time.
both
And they talk over each other a lot. Like they kind of going to and fro for me. I haven't really been able to write a lot of stuff down, but she's kind of, you know, she has a lot of energy, and so I'm trying to get the information out. But
employed at the same time.
The big piece of it that we're hesitant to share is that we did bring a product to market back in 2008.
Girl, if you don't stop
We put
performing.
everything, every dime and penny into, and it was bad timing, but we don't like to give up. And our middleman, long story short, ran off with our money.
That can be emotional.
And we never heard from him again.
That can definitely
And it
be
was everything we
emotional.
had.
Sorry.
You know, which we learned so much from it. I don't want this to be a victim story at all.
Well,
We
you
are not
crying.
giving up. We will do whatever it takes. And it's a great product. And I'm just
How do you-
emotional
No,
because
it's a
you
beautiful,
guys,
beautiful
you guys
story.
are amazing.
I wish you weren't afraid of telling that story, because as people stand here, it will make it seem like everything was so easy. We go, what the hell are you here for? So now we know why you're here, because you went through everything and you still got a passion.
Okay, so now I'm an investor. You're asking me for $100,000.
Yes.
20%.
What's the plan?
So the plan is we have already now set up with manufacturer overseas.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they've delivered product to you.
And they've given us some prototype samples, and now
Prototype
we're waiting
So you
for
say you got manufacturing nailed.
Yes,
What's
we got
it cost to
manufacturing.
deliver it here?
$690 for the small one.
So it cost you $7 to make it landed here? How much do you sell it for?
$29.90.
And that's the baby.
That's the baby.
$29.95.
That's all
But
these
you're not
numbers
going
are
to
for the
sell
baby.
it to a retailer or
We
a
can
wholesaler?
go distribution.
Camping stores, yeah.
Yeah.
Online.
Have you gone to any
social media
shows,
as
the
well.
camping shows?
We
any
haven't done any shows yet.
Oh, you
We're-
should.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and
You'll
it'll
do
be
amazing
it'll
there.
be
You got
great.
a lot. You got a plan yet?
We have a plan.
You know what I love about
We
you
haven't
guys
even
is
told our plan
like
yet.
I went out.
It's a lot of talking going on. It's a lot of talking going on, but what we've been able to deduce or receive is that it costs them $690 to make, and this is for the smallest one that they have, and they sell it for a good $30. So a good markup. Let's
There
continue.
and built a product and had no idea what I was doing, and I went to a consultant.
We are going to,
and
yes.
they destroyed me,
Okay, good to know.
just like you. And could have easily, pulled up stakes, but I kept going. And
Yep.
you guys are still going, and I love that experience didn't stop you. What I want to understand, I think, more now is how do we execute against it?
So we
What's the
have
plan?
a distributor in Canada who has relationships with all the big box stores, and we have online. And that's what that's
our
our
marketing
goal. And then
plan.
we're going to do a lot of marketing.
We need money,
but
too.
also what we're doing is we're building a brand.
Money's actually not the answer, though. I think you need to understand how to put the money to work. It's too easy to get rid of.
Yep.
Who's your business person?
We have a few.
Meaning what?
We have advisors in the business.
Yeah,
Do they own stock?
Yep.
they do. 10%.
Corey, are you working full-time on this?
This is my full-time job. I drive for Lyft at night.
So guys, I never go to places where there isn't 24-hour room service. And the idea of going outside and being bitten by stock.
baby said,
so
"I don't do
I would never
camping."
use this product. I'm out.
Okay.
You are passionate entrepreneurs that love your product, love everything about what you're doing, but you have one fatal flaw.
The plan, the
It doesn't
execution.
sound like you're hardcore business people. I think it's a difficult position to invest in. So for those reasons, I'm out.
Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
I picked that up too because they're emotionally attached to all of the responses that they're given. And she's a great presenter, I believe. I want to say she just kind of, it seems like she needs to listen probably more. I'm not sure. I'm just throwing this out there based on what they've shown in this edited clip. It seems like they need the business consultant like Mark has said. They need someone who's going to be the business person that's going to stick to the things, that's going to create the plan, know how to communicate the plan, and then execute the plan, or hold the people to the fire to execute the plan. And it seems like they're just passionate about their product and they just want to sell. And one thing that I hear them saying is that they are really going on to the model with the direct to consumer, so getting into the big box stores and things like that. I really believe that they should probably do some type of licensing deal, with some people that's probably already in the space, or really target and do trunk parties or trunk sales. I believe, I know it's festivals people could go to and kind of sell your product there. And they said earlier that they had not done that before. And so I think it's hard to hit it on a nail, but it's just something to where they're not ready for an investor yet. And I can see that based on the pitch.
You guys have grit. I like the comeback thing because I think it's the best university you can go to is failure. I love that you're a Lyft driver because it shows you're willing to do what it takes to provide for your family and make money, and I love that. I like the camping sector. I think there's a lot of growth that you can do there. I'd do $100,000 for 25%.
Okay, Jamie.
You should say yes right now.
You should take that deal so fast.
Wow.
For
Don't even think
25%,
about it.
is that?
Are there any
they
other
asked for
Look, the
20.
bear's jumping up and down.
Well, listen, the
They came
camping
in asking
space
for
is
20.
not as much a passion of mine, and I think Jamie relates to it better, and for that reason, I'm out.
Can I speak to that for a second?
You have an offer. I would just really be concerned about whether or not that offer
You
disappears.
gotta focus.
I have an offer.
Okay.
Whoa.
Damon. All right. That's interesting.
3 sharks are out. Jamie has offered $100,000 for 25% of Heidi and Corey's collapsible cooking pot, bare minimum. But Damon is also interested.
I deal with a lot of online retailers that sell to the prepper community, the people that think that zombies are going to attack or the world's going to end. I have an offer for you.
Prepper community.
It's going to be a little sharky, though. $100,000 for 33%.
You go for that
I
third,
don't know what
baby.
Jamie needs behind him, but I know that I have a lot of people in this area that I'm going to have to probably share percentages with, but I want them to be able to get the word out online, all these social media conversions, so I have to have a higher percentage so I'm able to afford to bring them to the party.
And let me just tell you, what I like about this, it enables us to go out more outdoors. We need to get our kids out. This is like, you know, out of the screens, out of all this stuff. I think this is a great thing to get a mission behind and really build.
Is it all right if we take a minute?
1 minute.
I like the way Jamie came in and reinforced that emotional contact, that emotional component, because they are emotionally attached to this product. And so Jamie came in with that whole
Okay, guys.
for the family type of thing. I think that earned
What are you
some
gonna do?
points.
I think we're gonna take a deal with Jamie.
Congrats, Jamie.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
No, I'm saying there.
That was interesting, and I'm glad that they were able to get a deal. I hope that Jamie is able to bring that whole business consulting mind. I'm sure he will be able to bring that whole business mind that will hold them to the fire of creating that plan and executing that plan and getting the people in place that can do it. And so I'm excited for them. Bare minimum, they came in the tank asking for $100K for 20%. And they went with the deal. They didn't even counter Jamie's deal. Jamie offered the $100K for 25%. Well, maybe it would have been tit for tat for them to try to counter on that. He only asked for 5% extra. But I mean, depending on the room, and it may not have been good for them to counter because their pitch just kind of seemed disjointed. And so there were some other things to that. I can't really put my hand on it. What do y'all think? What do y'all think as far as their pitch? So let's share that in the comments and help me to understand, or help me to know it wasn't just me. So I would love to hear your thoughts on this pitch. But thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying until the end. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate it. And make sure you check us out for the next one.